Zephaniah 3 and 9, for them will I turn to the people of pure language, and they may call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent.
Read that again.
Zephaniah 3 and 9, for them will I turn to the people of pure language, that they may call upon the name of the Lord.
That's one aspect of it, because we know a little bit of the Hebrew. I'm not saying that I'm well versed in the Lashon Kodash, but we know a little something, and that we also know his name is in the Hebrew, and that's how we're supposed to pronounce his name. Not know Yahushua or Jesus Christ and all of these silly little names that people give the Lord. Right? We're to call his name, and his name is Yahweh Yahweh and Yahweh. Those are the names of the Lord. Go on.
To serve him with one consent.
To serve him with one consent. That's it on that. Yeah, so we go back to Matthew 7, because you can know the name of the Lord. Yeah, all right.
Here's a precept to back up what the brother said. Proverbs 30 and 4. It says, who hath ascended into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fists? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell?
Because there's only one name. Now, the Muslims, those lunatic, crazy-minded Muslims, they will have you believe that Allah Akbar, and he has also 99 other names. That's not true, man. That's all jibber jabber. That's all BS. Right. The scriptures don't say that, man. So if the Quran is saying one thing, we're not dealing with no Quran, because we know where the Quran comes from.
Right.
As the Muslims will have you believe, they'll have you believe that it came from the Most High. But wait a minute, Ishmael was not chosen of the Most High. So how could that Quran be the book of the Heavenly Father? And by the way, since that the God that they believe, as they claim to be the Messiah, if he's the main guy of the Quran, Muhammad, how come his stuff is not written in the Quran? Why you gotta find these different hadiths to find the writings of Muhammad? It's all BS, man. So that's just one thing I wanted to get into. Well, somebody got a precept?
Yeah.
And you're gonna get yours, brother. Go on.
Hosea 1:11.
And you Christians ain't getting out the hook either, because a lot of y'all talking jibber jabber nonsense too. Go on.
Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
In other words, the seed of the seed of the I think it's the seed of the Most High.
Yeah.
If I'm saying it right. So yeah, we're gonna be known as the seed of God, man. And when we come out, we're gonna be abundant. That's what it says, right?
Yeah, I got a precept to that one from me.
Okay, yeah, go on. This is the banger. Save the best for last.
Hosea 3:4 says, for the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and
because who is the king of Israel? The king of Israel is King David.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Now King David was on the scene, but he passed away. You know what I mean? But we know who that is. We know who that guy is in the spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It goes into it. Without an image, and without an abode, and without teraphim. Last one, yeah. Afterwards shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their God, and David their king, and shall fear the Lord.
And shall fear the Lord. So what this is explaining is that we're going to see our king again. Okay, and that happened in this eon, in this age. All right. But you know, hey, the Lord took it back to the spiritual realm, man. But he's going to come back and proclaim his position. So yeah, now we're going to read this now.
This is Matthew 7:21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, so stop there. So just keep that in mind, because it says in Proverbs 18:10 that whosoever fight of the Lord is safe, right? Roughly paraphrasing there. But this says something says something else as well. Go on. Read that verse again.
This is Matthew 7:21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
But he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
Right, but so you have to do two things. You have to know the name of the Lord to be saved, and you gotta do his work. Like what we're doing. What is the main works that we're doing? We're out here on the street proclaiming the word of the Lord, as it tells us in Luke 14. Go ye out into the highways and the hedges, and to compel them that they be bidden to the marriage. That's what we're doing. What's the marriage? The marriage back to the Lamb, back to the Yahweh Shah. Okay, go on.
John chapter 21 verse 17. He saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved, because he said unto him a third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, Thou knowest all things.
Right, Lord, thou knowest all things. Go on.
Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahweh shall saith unto him, feed my sheep.
Right, feed my sheep. That's Peter, right? He told Peter that. Go on.
But that was it.
But he said it multiple times. So if you love the Lord, you're gonna do his work. And the main part of the work is feeding the sheep, feeding the brothers that are in the truth, and also feeding those that are coming in. Okay, so that's the main job of what we gotta do. But I wanna go back to what you were saying earlier before to this brother about how the Lord, you know, he's not looking for perfect people, something like that, right? If I'm correct. And that's very true, because the Lord, he's dealing with the meek. And I want to get into that because that's a beautiful topic right there. Because go. All right, go. You give me Matthew 5, verse.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know what I want. Yeah, I need another reader. Actually, no, it's all right. I got two of them. It's fine. Yeah,
Alright, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 3. And it says, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Right, it says, blessed are the poor in spirit. Brothers may have very low self-esteem. Go on.
Blessed are they that mourn,
Blessed are they that mourn. Go on.
for they shall be comforted.
Which they shall be comforted. Because, for example, let's say you was all perfect, right? Then you wouldn't really be looking towards no kingdom. Because you got everything, your life is sorted. You're living in your mansion, you got your wives, you got your children. So you're living that perfect life. So you ain't going to look towards the kingdom. Because you're living in your kingdom. Go on, bro.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
It says, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. The word meek means to be lowly. Now, the people that are in a lowly condition is the people of Israel, man. Hold what you got. Give me 2 Samuel chapter 2. That's who the Lord is dealing with. The Lord ain't dealing with holy and thou proclaimers, man. The Most High is not rocking with them kind of spirits. The Most High is dealing with the lowly and the meek. Okay, the scriptures also says, them that have exalted themselves shall be abased, and those that are abased shall be exalted, man. So the Lord looks on the humble, the meek, the lowly. Going.
What verse is that in 2 Samuel 2?
Verse 6.
Verse 6.
Yeah, no, it's 1 Samuel 2 and 6.
Right. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6, and it says, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
Right.
The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich.
Right, the Lord maketh poor and he maketh rich. So the Lord deliberately made our people poor. Why? Because we failed to hearken unto the Lord. His commandments.
He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust.
Right, he raiseth up the poor out of the dust. In other words, out of the state of confusion. Go on.
And lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes.
Right, to set them amongst princes. So we were poor, we're poor now. We're poor in the needy now, but we're going to be set up to exaltation. We're going to be set up in royalty. Right, you're going to have brothers wearing royal regalia, garments and all of that stuff. All right? Even a whole demeanor is going to be royal. Or what they call in this society posh. We're going to be the new standard of being posh. Okay? Like, for example, you have a thing called white supremacy, or Edomite supremacy. And the kingdom is going to be Israelite supremacy. And you're going to know about Israelite supremacy in our world when our kingdom is set up. All of the nations are going to know who's really calling the shots on this earth. Okay? Go on, bro.
And to make them inherit the throne of glory.
Right, to make them inherit the throne of glory. Go on.
For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's.
Right, for the pillars of the Lord is the Lord's. Keep going.
And he hath set the world upon them.
That's all. That's all we need on that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So the Lord sets up heathens or the nations to rule. Like, for example, right now, who's ruling right now? The Edomites are ruling right now. They're set on high right now. They're calling the shots and setting their treasure on the earth. But the Lord put them in that position to fulfill their lot. You also have the Babylonians, which is the Assyrian Empire. Okay, the Assyrians, they ruled at one time. The people in Syria today, they used to have a power structure. But where they at now? They under Esau power structure. Okay, go on, bro.
So back in Matthew chapter 5.
Can't forget the ancient Egyptians. The people in Sudan today, they once ruled at one time. All right, but where they at now? They're pretty much poor. Go on.
So Matthew chapter 5, verse
So you getting it
5.
right? Come on, go on.
And it says, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
Right, it says, blessed are the meek. Go on.
Blessed are they which hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.
Yep.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High.
Right, exactly. So the point of the matter, the Lord is looking to bring up the lowly and the meek. That's the point. But there's another point I want to get into. You got something, yeah? Yeah. Come on. I can see his spirit, man. He's itching to be something. Man.
This is 2nd Ezra's 6 and 56. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and as liken the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
In other words, those other nations, they don't matter in the grand scheme of things concerning His Bible or salvation. The Lord don't recognize them. The Lord only recognizes you, brother. All of us put together, the nation of Israel. That's who He's only looking at. Go on.
It goes on in 57. It says, and now, Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Lords over us. In other words, kings over us, man. Telling us what to do. We gotta depend on them for the one of all things pursuant to the curse of Deuteronomy 28. What is it? 43? If I'm right on that? So yeah, that's what we're going through right now, but it's only for a temporary moment of time, you know. Keep going.
And it says, but we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. And if the world now is made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? And how long shall this endure?
Right, so what he's inquiring, the prophet Ezra is inquiring, how long is this going to endure? How long are we going to be at the bottom? How long are we going to work for these devils? You understand? How long is this going to be? Because it's been about, what, over 400 years, more likely 500 years, so how long? So that's the mindset you got to be in. You got to inquire, when is the kingdom going to come?
Appreciate for that.
Go on, brother. You can even get that in Acts the 1st chapter, too. Go on.
Amos 9.
Hasten in the kingdom.
What's that?
Hasten in the kingdom.
Right, hasten in the kingdom. Go on.
Amos 9:11. It says,
Right,
in
what
that,
is it? 2 Peter's the 3rd chapter.
in that
Go on.
day shall I raise up the tabernacle of David, that is fallen, and close up the breaches
Right,
thereof.
and close up the breaches. What is that talking about? That's talking about all of the differences that the tribes had at one time. Going all the way back to the curse of King David, man. Not King David, King Solomon, because King Solomon lifted up and worshipped the gods of Moab. So what the Lord did was the Lord decided to split the kingdom. So what you had was this, I believe it was Jeroboam. He took the northern kingdom and took them to a different, side of things. And then you also had the kingdom of Judah, and they were split. But the Lord has come to close up the breaches there. In other words, put aside the difference, because the Latino and the so-called Native American Indians, they're also our brothers as well.
Right.
Go on, brother.
Breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
And I will build it as in the days of old. So the word of the Lord is doing that right now. But what's going to be fulfilled in the house of David is that David would have to be on the scene again. All right? David is going to come back on the scene because we're the men of David.
Right.
In other words, the prophets of the Lord as well. Go on.
12. That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom. Now, what is that talking about as well? Now, when you look up that word Edom in Amos, what is it, 9, right?
Yeah, this is Amos 9, yeah.
When
12.
you look up that word, the word means, it goes back to the land mass. That's what it means. It means the land, because it says the remnant of Edom. When the scriptures talk about how we're going to enslave all of Esau, we're going to enslave all of them. So what is this talking about? We're gonna get possession of that land that the Edomites lived in. That's what it means. Go on, bro.
This is
a little bit more.
Okay, let's finish.
Edom, the remnant of Edom, and all of the heathen which are called by my name,
Right.
saith the Lord,
Yeah.
that doeth this. One more, last one. And I will 14. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inherit them.
Yep,
And
in
they
other
shall.
words, the heathen, they're going to restore the landmass of Israel. They're going to do all of the building and the work. That's what that goes into metaphorically. Go on.
And they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof, and they shall also make gardens and eat of the fruit of them. Last one. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord thy God.
Right. So we're not going to be plucked out of the land anymore. We're going to remain there forever.
Okay, you're talking about the northern and southern kingdom. This is Ezekiel 37 and 16, and it says, let me start from 15. It says, the word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it.
One stick. Each stick represents a kingdom. Go on.
For Judah and the children of Israel and his companions, then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel.
And then you had the stick, what is it, Joseph, which is Ephraim. Go on.
And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become
one stick. Go on.
and they shall become one in thine hand.
And that's the purpose of the Lord right now. And that's already happened as I speak. Because I always make reference, like when I bring the scripture out, I always reference the brothers in the west coast of America. You got two camps. You got the northern kingdom camp, and then you got the southern kingdom camp. And then you also got the main camp, I believe, where you have the Latino brothers linking it up with the kingdom of Judah brothers. So we'll all become one stick. There's no more dividing scene in the house of David anymore. All right?
Like Judah represents the southern kingdom, and Joseph is synonymous to Ephraim. So and his companion, he represents the northern kingdom.
You get that, brother?
So instead of the sticks being divided, this time the sticks are to bring them together. It's now become, so now we're being brought back now as one nation. Because we never come back together as one nation ever since the split. At some point in our history, after the split, the northern kingdom decided to leave. That's in Ezra, the 13th chapter. The northern kingdom decided to leave, and they went to the Americas. So now, it was just the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi that were left in Israel. So for all that period of time since they left, it was just the southern kingdom that were left behind. When Yahushua came, it was just the southern kingdom that were there before, and that's what Yahushua made that statement. He says, "We got in it."
John 10 verse 16, and other sheep I have which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
Exactly, say they shall hear my voice, because in the book of Revelation, is it 7, Revelation 7, he gives you all the elect, 144, and then he gives you a list of all the tribes, 12,000 from each tribe. All of them, they heard the voice of the Lord. He says they followed the sheep wherever he went. Okay, my sheep hear my voice. Okay, so even so all the tribes were brought together under the same banner. Okay, so it's now, ever since the split until now, it's only now that these tribes now are the breaches are closing up. Okay, it's only now that the breaches are being closed, and the Lord is bringing the elect of all the tribes all together now, man. You know, and this is why when you go to different camps, you're gonna find
yes, brother. Shalom.
You're gonna find Puerto Ricans together with American Negroes, all together, man, saying the Israelites, man. Same people saying the same thing, man. Okay, that's why this truth is hard to deny that we're the Israelites, because it's the same people over and over saying the exact same thing. We are the Israelites, and we are the chosen of God. So think about it, man. Do you think Puerto Ricans wanna hold their side with a black man calling him Jesus? You know? So there's gotta be something to it, man. For them to accept that, man, there's gotta be something to it, man.
It's gotta be a startup.
You know? Yeah. That means something is bringing them that understanding.
Yeah, that's a very heavy point that he made.
Can I just make they're going against the grain? Because the spirit of the world is to be divided with the gangs. You've got the gangs, you've got the Puerto Rican gangs, you've got the so-called black gangs, all the gangs. So they're going against the grain. So that's the spirit of unity.
Oh, he's gonna get water. Okay. I want some more water anyway.
It's like the one you can't quench, really.
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to some water.
Yes. Well, I think he's already got some in it.
I wouldn't say no to some water now. Today's one of them days, boy. No, today's one of them days. You need that water, man.
You
You
got
know?
the pictures.
Today's one of them days, man. Top it up, bro. It's one of them days today, man. If you don't mind, man. If you don't mind, man.
Okay, yeah, because he had the ball in his own ball.
No, he didn't come
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he's gonna come later, but he yeah, what was you saying, brother?
No, you got
Yeah,
it now.
man, so it's like it's only now that ever since the split, going back to the book of Kings until now, this is the first time that all the tribes are being brought back together, man.
Yep.
Okay, that's why the scripture says Judah and Israel are gonna be oppressed together.
Yep.
Okay, in the land of the north, the Lord of Judah and Ephraim are gonna be gathered together. Okay, so why? Because it's now that we're gonna come back now as one nation now to go back to the kingdom. Okay, so by the time we get to the kingdom, the elect are would have closed up the breaches, the disagreements. Okay, that hatred now. Another picture says Ephraim shall not envy Judah. You know, so all those differences that we had before, man, all that now is being taken away under one banner, under the word of the Heavenly Father, man. You know.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's happened. And the reason being is because the Lord healed us from all of these different things that have occurred. So when you come into the truth, you're healed. You're set free.
Oh, so like that. And the Israelite foreigners, you know.
Right.
All the Israelites scattered around the world, regardless how they look like, they've been brought back.
They're being brought back to
you
this
know.
one. Yeah. Isaiah 14, they shall cleave into Jacob.
That's a good
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is we live in very beautiful times, man, because the elect are pretty much, it looks to me that the elect are damn near sealed, man. The Lord got all the men that he needs. And this is why, if you notice, time is moving so quick, so fast, because it tells you in the scriptures in, St. John, the 12th chapter, it says that we seek first the kingdom of the Lord, and that the Lord is zealous to deliver us the kingdom of the Most High. All right? But the only thing is that the Lord, he has to abide by his word. That's the main thing he has to do. Yeah, so
Okay, this is Revelation 7 and 4, and it says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
yeah, so again, how can you then include everybody? You can't include everybody in that. It's only, in other words, when you break 144,000 down, that's what, as it tells you in as we read furthermore, when you break that down, that's what, 12,000 of each tribe. From each tribe. So that breaks down to 144,000. So that's the only men that are going to be living. And then you also have the peaceable multitude as well. And then you also have the 1/3. They're going to be a part of that deliverance as well. But the 144,000, those are the main men that held the fort in bringing forth this truth. They're going to be saved. Okay, but if you're not a part of that number, the 144,000, you may be a part of the multitude, the peaceable multitude. Okay, and then you also have the 1/3 as well. But if you're not a part of that at all, you don't stand the chance of making it whatsoever, not one iota. All right? In other words, your lot is to be melted in the lake of fire, and no one wants that. Okay. So if you're a brother and you came across the men of the Lord, you got to take heed and digest His word in your system, so you can be sealed with salvation. And so get me what is it? Isaiah 55 verse 4. We're gonna start right there. You got a precept there.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, okay.
It's Zechariah 13 and 8, and it says, and it shall come to pass that.
Where's the Russian?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, he's my okay. No, that's all right, man. That's all right. Go on.
And it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land save the Lord, who pass therein shall be cut off and die.
Right, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. So that's 66.4% of Israel that don't want to listen, and you're going to have the 6%. Go on. No, let him finish that.
It says, but the third shall be left therein.
But the third shall be left therein. Go on.
And I'll bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is my power.
Exactly. So that's your 1/3. They're going to be tried to refine. They're going to go through their little, turbulent times, and they're going to be refined based on that. Okay. But the men of the Lord, the ones that are holding the fort down, bringing forth this truth, they're going to be tried more so. Okay. Anyway, what you got?
2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 72. But they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known, you are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
Exactly. So we're going to be tried in an hour of what you call, like I was saying before earlier, martial law being declared. So that's going to be the times of us being purified and having to go through the passing through fire. Okay? So the men of the Lord, they're going to be afflicted based on that. But we're going to be stable-minded. Why? Because we don't have the word that's going to stabilize us. So if we have the word and we stick true to this word then we'll be all right. We just got to just calm and cool it. Okay? And just roll with what's going on. So we can make it throughout the other side. Because this society is getting ready to be destroyed, okay, economically.
That's right.
All right? Go on, bro.
Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand.
Right, and that's another thing, that's another reason why you should be here, brother. You should be hearkening into what we're saying. Because the days of trouble are coming at hand. Where these Edomites, these random Edomites you see walking down the street, they're going to show their true colors one day. Okay? A lot of them are out there training how to fight, training how to shoot gun, so that when that time comes, they can exercise that level of skill to develop against you Jakes, against you Israelites, man. And there's going to be a race war in this society. Even down here in London, it's going to get crazy in London, man. Because you got Muslim, you got those that believe in Islam, you got those that believe in Christianity, you got those that believe in Buddha. I mean, you have a whole leap of different religions out here, man, that people believe in. All right? And when all hell breaks loose, people are going to get mad at one another, and you're going to have an all-out war amongst the people. All right? Don't get it twisted when people say, oh, you got to love your neighbor. They don't really believe in that shit. People don't love each other. Just get on these buses and you'll see that people don't love one another. They don't even talk to each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they telling you, oh, they telling you you're supposed to have love in your heart, but they don't got no damn love in their heart.
Exactly.
All right? Bunch of hypocrites, man. And that's all you have in England is a bunch of hypocrites. Go on, bro. They say one thing and they do another thing. Go on. Mainly these Edomites, though. Go on.
Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
Right, I will deliver you from the same, because it tells you, and also in the book of Isaiah 30, I believe it's in Isaiah 30, it says that there should be a time of Jacob's trouble, but Jacob will not utterly be destroyed, because you're going to have a remnant that are going to be saved. Yeah? All right.
It says, Amos 9 and 8, Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Right, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Go on.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
Right, because you're going to have a remnant, like for example, you had in Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed after, Lot decided to leave Sodom and Gomorrah. When he left Sodom and Gomorrah, then that's when those brimstones came pelting the city down, and all of those people got destroyed, man. Go on.
Isaiah 1 verse 9, except Yahweh of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant.
Exactly.
We should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
And that goes back to us being destroyed forever. So if there wasn't a remnant that was there, then all of the nation would be destroyed forever. Okay? But you're going to have a remnant that's going to make it out of the chaos that Esau is going to bring forth. And the elect that survive, they're gonna reproduce their children, and then you're gonna have your 2/3 back in effect in the kingdom, and they're gonna result into being in the blessings in the kingdom. Hit me with that precept.
It's Isaiah 10 and 22, and it says, "For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return."
So you're gonna have so the Bible makes reference to a small minute number of people that are gonna be saved. So you better hope like hell that you're a part of that elect, and you better seek deep to find out the counsel of the Lord, man. Rather than doing what you want to do. Like, go on, bro.
This is Hosea 4 and
6 coming out heavy, man.
Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Right, so you reject this word that we're bringing to you, because we're not bragging about anything. We're just telling it like it is. We have the light, we have the complete truth. As the Apostle Tahar likes to say, you know, which I like to say and all of us like to say, we have the 100% truth. Okay? We know the end all, and we know the end all be all. That's why we don't have to go crazy and go out there trying to prove anything. This is the foundation. This is it. Okay, we ain't gotta go prove that to nobody, man. You think I walk around in my personal life trying to show and prove that trying to show and prove the information that I know? If they don't know it, it ain't meant for them to know. Okay, now if a guy if there's a brother that I'm talking to and the spirit allows me to reason with him, then yeah, I may go there. But this is very that's a rarity that I would do that. You know, I'm just being honest. That's a severe rarity that I would do such a thing. Go on, bro.
Ezekiel 11 and 16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord God, although I have cast them far off among the heathen.
I've cast them far off from among the heathen. Go on.
And although I have scattered them among the countries.
So who are the heathen? The heathen is the men that you see around you. The people that you see behind the camera, bro. All around you. These are the heathen that were scattered amongst. Anybody that's not an Israelite, they're a heathen. They're what you call, let me see how I can phrase that. These are the people that the Lord don't give two damns about. People, pretty much. I'll frame it in that way. Go on, bro.
Yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Right, and this is the little sanctuary. Every brother, or should I say brothers or camp gatherers within Great Millstone is a sanctuary. So when you compare the amalgamation of the people, right, to the camps, it would be a small sanctuary. Like this is a small sanctuary. Okay? And the Lord gotta be rocking with you to get into this thing. Okay? What's that, brother?
It's a very narrow path.
It's very, very narrow. Very narrow. And speaking of that, brother, give me the one in Matthew 7. I believe it's 7 and 14. You read on.
Therefore say, thus saith the Lord God, I will even gather you from the people, and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered.
Right, so you know what that does? That scripture, you know what that scripture does? That scripture knocks out the whole idea that God is saving everybody. It says that he would deliver us among the people that were scattered about.
Right.
That's what it says. Let's read it again.
Therefore, verse 17, therefore say, thus saith the Lord God, I will even gather you.
And it says, and peep this, it says, thus saith the Lord thy God. Go on.
I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered.
Right, and I will assemble you. The word assembly means an arrangement of people. So this is the arrangement right here, the spiritual arrangement. Every camp you see, what's that, brother?
Arrangement of stars.
Exactly.
Cosmos.
Yep, cosmos. Goes back to the word world. So we're the world that you read in John's, what is it, 17 verse 9. I pray not for them, but I pray, what is it? Matter of fact, let's read it, man. Yeah.
Pray for them, John 17, right?